Good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday, Sugar Bears. Happy Hump Day, and welcome to the conclusion of Comic Week. And we are about to do the reading of comedian and actor Billy Sorrells, or as I literally want to say Sorrell, so bad, but I know it's not that. So, if you guys have enjoyed this series, make sure you like, make sure you comment, and most of all, make sure you subscribe and become a part of the Sugar Bear family. For those of you who don't know, Billy Sorrells is a comedian, an actor. He's a comedian, he's an actor. I think he was at one point a radio VJ, or I know he worked in radio. And I believe he's based here in Houston, but I think his family is I think they're either from Houston or Dallas. I'm not 100% sure. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do, and if you guys want, you can correct me in the comments. But one of the reasons why I actually wanted to do a reading for Billy is because number one, I've always found him funny. Always found him funny. But there's something about him that is an air of mystery. I think with a lot of people who use their humor as their calling card, like a Robin Williams, or let me think of somebody, or even a George Carlin or a Joan Rivers. You know, if you look at those people, underneath the humor and the wit, there's a lot of seriousness. There's a lot of depth. And that's one of the reasons why, I wanted to give Mr. Sorrells a reading. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. And Mr. Sorrells, if you're watching, because I can call you Billy, I don't know you like that. But if you're watching, sir, I hope that this makes sense for you. And I hope that what the spirits and I have to say, I hope that it resonates. And even if it doesn't, let me know, because, I am not without error. I'm 100% human, not 100% accurate. So with that being said, let's get started. All right, so here we go. Okay, so what pops in my head immediately for me is I get a great deal of emotion. I get a great deal of somebody who is very easily reduced to tears. I pick up a lot of crying. I also pick up a lot of late nights, early mornings. I pick up a lot of vices. And like always thinking, always plotting, always working on something. I'm getting everything from music production to you. I want to say you, I don't know if you sing, but you like rapping or something like that, because I literally see you in the studio. What else? I feel like you're slowly getting your bounce back, because I kind of get someone or something that has taken you off balance. I feel like these last 2 to 3 years have been up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I get a lot to do with family. I get a lot of pressure, it feels like, in terms of family and, being the strong one for people. But I also feel like when it comes to relationships, emotional relationships, friendships, I get a lot of betrayal. Uh, I don't know who these two people are that I pick up around me, a man and a woman. And I get a lot of he said, she said, a lot of salt being thrown like through the phones and social media. But I also get you having to feel like you have to defend yourself. I literally hear you either yelling or you coming to your defense a lot. I also like Yeah, because I hear you yelling, like I hear you being like, well, no, that's not happening, or that's not the way it happened, and here's how it happened, and blah, blah. And I get that beneath your funny, there's a lot of seriousness. There's a lot of, I keep picking up emotion. I keep seeing you cry. I don't know if you go through depression or what have you, but I literally picked it up around you. It kind of reminds me of, I'm not saying you are this, Mr. Sorrells, but it kind of reminds me of like bipolar depression or bipolar disorder. Because I get up, down, up, down. But then, like for people around you, you're funny and you're warm. And here's the thing, you're overly generous. You give for nothing, but I feel like you give until you can't give anymore. And right now, I get you being very just like, I'm done, I'm tired, I'm spent, I don't know what else to do. Um, what more do people want from me? I get that kind of energy from you. And I don't know who this woman is. She feels like either a wife or a girlfriend, but I get either like a co-parenting issue on top of some things being said. I feel like I hear this woman talking a lot of smack. Um, but I also get that underneath that, I feel like okay, I get a mix. I get somebody who is being vindictive because they're hurt and they're angry, but I also get a lot of concern. You know what I mean? Like I get a mix of like somebody saying like, I'm mad, so I'm gonna take shots at you, but at the same time, I'm hurting. And that's why I'm doing sad things. Um, I don't know if you're gonna write a book or you want to do that because I'm seeing something to do with like a book or you telling your story, like really telling the truth. And I feel like when you do this, if you decide to do it, tell 100% of your truth. Slow down your drinking because I'm seeing drinking. I'm seeing other vices I won't go into here, but I'm seeing other things as well. And I feel like right now, like your family is really important to you. They've always been important, but they're really important now because I get like the mask is falling off. That's the energy I hear. That's the wording I'm getting. Like the mask is falling. Um, yeah, like you're really becoming true to yourself. And it's not easy, but it's worth it. And I think you know that. And I see you either doing a podcast or a radio show. And I get this woman, she's got blonde hair, like honey blonde hair. She's beautiful, beautiful red lipstick, because I see somebody with red lips. And I want to say she has glasses, or she may wear glasses sometimes. And she's so sweet. And she's just like, she's really in your corner. Like, I feel like the one thing I'm picking up around you is that you don't trust people. You don't even trust yourself sometimes. But to make when it comes to the decisions. But what I'm picking up is this woman really wants you not only to succeed for the sake of the show, but because she really genuinely cares about you. Um, Financially, I feel like you're actually doing really well, but I also feel like you're putting things into perspective financially, like you're putting stuff into place. I'm getting a lot to do with either taxes or like IRS or something like that. Not like you owe the money. I don't put that up. But I feel like you're just saying, like, let me go ahead and take care of that before it becomes a problem. So I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm also seeing you get back into being healthy, eating better. I see you mainly working out more than anything, and that's helping you a lot too. Along with prayer, I pick up people in church, people praying for you, things like that, praying over you, because I literally see people praying over you. And I don't know if you're a very religious person, but I'm picking it up a little bit. And it's funny because if you were not a comedian, you would definitely be a minister because you've been through some stuff where you know what I mean? Like you have a testimony, as the church people would say. And then I also get that intuitively, just on an intuitive. I mean, first of all, let me say we're all intuitive. Let me start there. Everybody is. Some of us more, some of us less. But I feel with you, everything for you is the energy thing. Everything, because I keep hearing it's the energy exchange. And everything for you is an energy exchange. And I feel like you now know if your energy isn't right or their energy isn't right, you're not going to do it. Um, you're another one, but that I pick up with charity and giving back. I pick up a foundation for children, something like that. And I don't know if you've already if you've already done it, or you're doing it, or you're in the process of starting it. But I'm seeing something like that probably really coming to effect as we get into the winter of this year, the winter of this year going into the next, because I get like January for you. Um, what else am I picking up? I see you doing things on camera more than I do stand up. And the reason, and I do see stand up, I do see you performing, but I feel like you really shine on camera. You really shine like in front of an audience like that. Even though I know stand up, I know stand up is in front of an audience. But for some reason, I feel like you're better because with stand up, you really have to take control of the audience. Whereas when when you're doing television, it's all like you know what to do. So you just go in there and just bam, like you know how to make it work. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the whole ministry thing because I pick up ministry or ministers, either running your family or like something like that. So I'm getting that. I'm getting like four ministers, something like that, or maybe four generations. I get the number four. So I feel like for some reason that's a big thing for you, and I feel like eventually, maybe as you get older, that's gonna come into play. Um, what I'm also being told is stay off of social media. Use social media just for promotion, and that's it. Because I see you getting involved in some social media beefs and things that, yeah, you're trying to grow, but I also feel like there's a big part of you that's a big kid, and you want to get involved in the mess because it's let's be real, social media can be a lot of fun, but it can also be it can be a blessing and a curse depending on how you use it. But for some reason, that's what I'm getting. Like, limit your social media intake. That will help you a lot, a whole lot, because even though I do pick up that you live in your head, you operate. It's like your heart and your head are interconnected. So for me, what I get is a great deal of what, like I said in the beginning, a great deal of emotion, someone who's very emotional, who leads by their heart first, then the rest of them talks. Um, ooh, and oh, I'm gonna say it. Yes, you love sex and it loves you. Okay, you are very much about that life, honey. You live for it. But I also get that is okay. It's not just about satisfying your needs. It's also about connecting to somebody, or connection, not even someone, but connection. If you don't connect, you know, like I said earlier, if the energy isn't there, you won't do it. So even in that, I see you being selective. I see you being more, not saying you weren't before, but I see you being more careful, but at the same time, I don't want to use the word opportunistic, but I do get that a little bit. I do pick up a little bit of that, just a little bit. And I get that mainly with your charm, your charisma, and you being like, okay, I know how to cut it on and cut it off. So I get that. And it's interesting because deep down, Mr. Sorrells, I see you as someone who's very simple, who doesn't really ask for much. You can be a diva when you want to be, baby. You run me for my, you gotta, baby, you give me a run for my money in divahood, honey. But you're very simple. You're very, because I literally see you being around like good food. In particular, I get like barbecue because I see barbecue, baked beans, coleslaw, things like that. A good drink or drink, because I see the red Solo cup and stuff, and just being around cool people. And Your circle for you is medium. It's not small, but it ain't large. It's like right, and I want to say we got about 6 or 7 people that really give a damn. And I think you know it, but the one thing I'm also getting is that you tend not to reach out until it's too late, until you've had enough. That's what I get. And I kind of get, for some reason, when it comes to your temperament, you have a temperament where it's like bubbling under, you know what I mean? And then before you know it, enough is enough, which I get it, but you might want to watch that. Just saying. Because I get that it's not the fact that you don't, it's not that you're bad at communicating, it's how you communicate. That's the issue. Because I feel like you don't, it's not that you live in your head, but you hold everything down. And you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't suppress what you feel and how you feel. But what I'm being told is be mindful of who you share it with and how you share it. And what else am I getting? I don't know why I'm getting this for you, but I'm seeing like maybe not a move. Well, maybe, because I do pick up a relocation. I do pick up like California. I pick up California, Florida, somewhere sunny, somewhere tropical. Almost like, think if you took Houston or you took Texas and all the good things about it, and then you brought along the beach, that would be your home space. But I also see you being around something where kind of it reminds me of like North Carolina a little bit, because I see the trees. So what that's telling me is I see like a lot of travel, things like that. But I also see you, for me, I feel like what you may do, you have some choices regarding relocation. And you may have to travel to said places and then figure out where you're gonna lay your head, next. Because the thing about you that I see too is that you don't stay in one place for too long. You get what you need to get and then you're out. Let's see. I'm getting something to do with a contract coming up, either a contract renewal, and I feel like this has to do with TV. Yeah, TV, and maybe I keep getting, for me, it feels like radio. It may not be radio, but it feels like that. It may be a podcast, but I'm seeing like you renewing it and you being in negotiations with that as well. So you've got some things, but I mainly get you working on you working in finding out who Mr. Sorrells is. And it's not that you don't know that. Let me make that very clear. But I get more of the evolution of you, even in your comedy. Everything is about to change. And I want to say by the spring, April, May of next year, it's going to really the wheels are going to start to turn. So that's what I get for you. So, excuse me. So I hope, Mr. Sorrells, that you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. I hope it made sense. If it did, let me know. If it didn't, let me know. And for those of you who are watching, if you like a reading like the one I just gave, you can log into my website, psychicleo.com. That's psychicleo.com. And I thank you guys so much for being a part of Comic Week. I may actually continue this into the next week because there are a few comedians that I'm thinking about doing. I'm not 100% sure, but I may continue it into the next week. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments, leave your likes, share the video, subscribe to the channel, become a Sugar Bear, be a part of the Sugar Bear family. I really appreciate you guys watching. It means a lot. And until then, my Sugar Bears, have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.